Merhaba YouTube ALSENYAZ Oyun kanalına hoş geldiniz. Ben İsa. Deus Ex Human Revelation serisinin final bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Çok uzatmaya gerek yok. İyi seyirler, başlayalım. Söylenecek bir şey yok zaten. İzliyorsanız. Önceki bölümleri izlediyseniz zaten. Yani söylenecek bir şey varsa ben söylemişimdir. Şimdi buradan gidelim bakalım.
Access denied.
CO is here.
He is? How do you know?
Warren told me you saw him talking to the Queen.
I'm sure she was probably barking orders at him again. Looks like this show was packed with A-listers now. Question is, who's headlining?
Think it'll be a lot easier.
Öyle bir puanı var. Şimdi neye versek? Zırha verelim bence. Bir zırh fulleyelim. Canım çok fena yiyor. Şöyle bir kayıt da alayım, öyle öldüğümü falan bir daha uğraşmayalım.
Around. Anyway, I better get back to storage in case he decides to spring a surprise inspection on us.
Good idea.
Ben tutmuşum orayı. Keşke silahları modifiye etme olayı falan da olsaymış da işte. Oyunun çok hatası var yani. Sadece o da değil. Umarım bundan sonraki serilerinde bir düzeltmişlerdir. Yanlış hatırlamıyorsam bu oyunun bir serisi daha vardı. Bu varsa birkaç tane daha bilmiyorum. Ben bir tane daha oyununu almıştım. Onu da oynayacağım bu arada. Sevmedim bu seriyi. Bir önceki bölümleri izlediyseniz biliyorsanız tekrar söylemiştim. Ama dediğim gibi oynayacağım yani. Hadi o zaman.
Where'd you go?
Access granted.
Makineydi. Otomatik kilit açmayacağız. Bakayım işe yarayacak.
The beginning of a complete technological breakdown, or just another glitch in the system? This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Başka ne atabiliriz? Rifle mermisi hangi silahla kullanılıyorsa artık bir bulamadık. Mesela bomba atar mermisi. Bomba atar silah hiç bulamadım ki. Bunu alsam mı ya? Parayla mı acaba? Kalsın, olmadı eğer ileride ihtiyacımız olursa yere şey yaparız. Bunu atarım yere.
Scrambling to produce enough new and improved piloting. This widespread coming so soon after the recent riots only raises more questions about the problem of human enhancement. Is this the beginning of a complete technological breakdown, or just another glitch in the system? This is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Picus. Returning to tonight's biggest story, the World Health Organization today issued an unprecedented recall on augmentation.
Bana mı varmış?
Has been linked to a major malfunction in the multi-channel peripheral nerve biochip, a device which transmits neural impulses directly to inorganic tissue.
You must have done something, Jensen. 4 of our GPL signals just popped up, including yours. Koss, Colvin, Faraday. I'm not picking up Dr. Reed.
Send me the coordinates you do have. And Pritchard, tell Sarif.
I can't. While you were incommunicado, Mr. Darrow invited him, Bill Taggart, and the UN delegates to Panchaea. They're halfway to the Arctic by now.
Great.
Is this the beginning of a complete technological breakdown, or just another glitch in the system? This is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live. Returning to tonight's biggest story, the World Health Organization today issued an unprecedented recall on augmentation technology. For days, reports of temporary malfunctions and electrostatic spokeswoman for WHO confirmed that the cause of these disruptions has been linked to a major malfunction in the multi-channel peripheral nerve biochip, a device which transmits neural impulses directly to inorganic tissue.
verseydim güzel olurdu. Belli bir süreliğine devre dışı bırakıyor.
Get the hell out. This lab is off limits to you people.
Nice to see you too, Dr. Goldman.
What? Wait a second. I know you. You were Seraph's security guy. Way to protect our asses.
Hey, check the attitude, Doc. I nearly died trying to save you.
Oh, and now you're here to take me back. Well, maybe I don't want to go. Maybe I've got more here than I ever had at Seraph.
Would Vasily Savchenko agree with that? They executed him and dumped his body in a ditch.
That's not true.
Believe it. Unless these murderers have you so brainwashed, you don't mind building their toys.
It wasn't a toy. It was a software upgrade that limits functionalities in a biochip. They told me it was for crowd control. Is Vasily really dead? You saw the body?
What was left of it?
Oh my God. I should have listened to him.
Dr. Colvin, I need to locate the rest of the team. But Dr. Reed's GPL isn't broadcasting.
She's in the secured zone. There are guards everywhere.
Then I need a way to get the guards out. A distraction. Maybe a lab accident, what do you say?
After what those bastards did to Vasily? Of course. But one minor incident in this lab won't be enough.
No. But if a couple of other labs go up, simultaneously...
Declan and Eric. Of course. Interesting idea, Mr. Jensen. Ambitious, but risky. The timing will be critical.
I'll coordinate the attack. But you understand that this could all backfire.
I'm no shrinking violet, Mr. Jensen, but there may be another issue.
They're tracking your GPLs, aren't they? I've been wondering how to get around that.
Smart man. Just like Vasily. He had a plan to shut down their tracking and jamming protocols using a virus. Maybe Declan or Eric know something more about it.
Dr. Faraday doesn't seem to be working in this building. Any idea where he is?
I think he's in the biomech lab next door. But you don't have to go outside to reach him. There's a skywalk that connects the two buildings. Maybe you can use it.
Dr. Colvin, I need to know I can trust you. You seemed pretty happy to be here until I told you about Dr. Savchenko.
It's been 6 months, Mr. Jensen. Not long for you, perhaps, but how long can a person live in constant fear? Once they took us out of isolation, it just seemed easier to concentrate on the work.
Did all of you feel that way?
Vasily didn't. Maybe not Declan either, but the work we do here, the discussions, and the theories. I thought Seraph's projects were far-reaching, but the experiments I've seen going on here, it's the kind of stuff DARPA dreams up every day.
Only without governmental oversight keeping you in line.
I suppose I'm just a typical scientist to you, right, Mr. Jensen? Blindly pushing boundaries? No care for who's footing the bill or how our discoveries get made?
We all have to live with ourselves at the end of the day, Dr. Colvin.
You're right, of course. But were things so different in Detroit? We all know where those Seraph contracts came from, don't we? You asked me if you could trust me. You can. But you better get on with this.
I haven't yet located Eric Goss, Dr. Colvin. Do you know where they're keeping him?
He's working in a lab on the 3rd floor. There's an elevator that might get you there. It's on the 2nd floor, though, and I heard the guards say something about that floor being shut off. But then again, with those neuro enhancements of yours, you might find a way to get into it.
Okay, wait for my signal, Dr. Colvin. When your GPL starts to vibrate, set off the distraction.
I understand. And I'm sorry for what I said earlier.
Megan Red. Megan bu kadar mıymış? Bu kadına ne olmuştu ya? Vurulmuş muydu bu kadın? Hatırlamıyorum oyunun ilk başında. Bu kadına bir şey olmuş muydu? Olmamış mıydı? Hatırlamıyorum.
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through LIM, but I can't be sure.
I know, and I'm here to bring you all back. But to reach Megan, I need you, Colvin, and Faraday to stage lab accidents as a distraction, simultaneously.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
We need to disable their GPL tracker. I know Dr. Sevchenko was working on something.
Yes, a virus program. We all thought it was too risky considering we had nowhere to go. But I don't have it. You'd better check with Nia or Declan.
Dr. Koss, the biochip you mentioned was based on Sarif studies?
Yes, I believe so. At first I thought it was merely convergent research, but I've worked with Dr. Reed long enough to recognize her handiwork. Besides, I had been working on something similar back in Detroit.
And your knowledge of it made you invaluable here.
At least to a certain extent, it probably helped us all stay alive. But now with Dr. Shevchenko, I guess we've all become expendable. Except for Dr. Reed, I suppose.
Why do you say that?
It's more of a general feeling, I guess. Back in Detroit, we all realized that we were on the verge of something groundbreaking. And here, well, everyone seems to view her research as crucial in some way.
That might explain why she's being held in a secured area.
Possibly. I'm just glad we're going home. It's kind of hard to believe.
Declan, right. Dr. Koss, do you have any idea where they're keeping him?
I might. I overheard some of the guards. I think he might be working in the basement of the biomech labs. But I'm not sure.
Sit tight, Dr. Koss. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, set off that distraction. That'll be the signal.
I will. Good luck, Mr. Jensen. And hurry.
Alt kata inmenin bir yolunu bulmamız lazım. Çok güzel oluyor. Bence puanı az puan şeyini az yapmışlar. Daha çok verseymiş oyunun bitmesine zaten az kalmış. Az kaldı. Yani en azından hemen hemen hepsini fullleyebilecek durumda olsaydım güzel olurdu. geçeceğiz anlamadım.
Access granted. Access granted.
Barış'ın hayatta açamam.
Access granted.
Böyle bitmedi, ben süre biter diye düşünüyorum. İşime geldi.
Adam Jensen? Good grief, lad. What the blazes happened to you?
I made the mistake of surviving. I'm here to get you out, Dr. Faraday.
I told Vasily that Seraph wouldn't stop looking.
Sevchenko's dead, Dr. Faraday. I'm sorry.
I figured as much. One day he was just gone, and they wouldn't say why. We were all afraid, so we just kept to the work. They forced me to create a signal pattern that could broadcast software upgrades directly into a person's implanted circuitry.
Upgrades? That do what?
Whatever instructions have been encoded into them. They said it was to improve efficiency at clinics, but that wouldn't be the only application. Far from it.
I see. Dr. Faraday, we need to free Megan from the isolation zone. I've got a plan to distract the guards. 3 lab accidents.
I like your style, son. And it just might work if you can get Nia and Eric to agree. But timing them to occur at once, that will be the trick.
I'll worry about the timing. For now, sit tight and wait for my signal.
There's one thing you're forgetting, lad. They can track our GPL signals.
I know. But I'm hoping you might have the solution to that problem. Sevchenko's viral program.
Of course! I shouldn't have underestimated you. Vasily gave it to me before he disappeared. Here you are. Upload it onto the central security computer. It will scramble their scanners. I would have done it myself, but I'm just a scientist.
Don't sell yourself short, Doc. Any idea who's behind this, Doc? The kidnapping, the facility?
Not really. Remarkable considering I've been here 6 months. You would have thought someone would let something slip. But if it doesn't have to do with the research, you don't get a word out of them.
Sounds like the guards are well trained. But what kind of threats were needed to stop the other researchers from talking?
Well, there were threats early on just to get us to work. Of course, Vasily saw right through that. Kept saying they needed us. I suppose in his case, the risk outstripped the return at some point. damn them.
Dr. Sevchenko probably knew the risks and accepted them.
That he did. Go on, lad. Let's put this plan of yours into action. It's time to teach these wankers a lesson.
Tell me, where do I find this security terminal?
Vasily told me there's a tunnel leading to it, near the back of the compound, I believe. But I'm afraid you'll have to explore a bit to be sure.
Once I upload the virus, it'll be time to act. I'll signal you. A vibration in your GPL. Be ready.
Understood, lad. But do be careful.
Nedir görev? Ne yapıyoruz? Güvenlik bilgisayar virüsü ve kısıtlanmış bölgeye geçir.
Access granted. Access granted.
Ya bu 53 şeydi. Hangi kapının kodu?
Access granted.
Yetişebilir miyim diye bakıyorum. Yok, açılmaz bence. nasıl gideceğimi bak hala anlamadım.
Access granted.
Bunun aslında mermisini bulabilsem de çok işime yarar da. Var böyle falan var. Bunun da mermisini alamam ki. Bittikten sonra ne olacak? Kalacağım öyle. Şu an bence güzel mermi topladım silahlara. Bunları alırsam sıkıntı olur salla. Mermisini rahatça bulabilsem bu silahlar güçlü benimkilerden de. Bulamam ki bunların mermisini. Yapacak bir şey yok. Çalışmıyor herhalde ya, hareket etmiyor.
Access granted.
Pritchard, are you still tracking the scientists?
Of course.
Simulate feedback along that route. Make it strong enough to vibrate their implants. They have to feel it.
A signal, eh? Not bad, Jensen. I'm sending it now.
Your tenacity, Adam Jensen, is really quite irritating. We'd like you to stop now.
I'm afraid I can't, Zhao. You see, I figured it out. I know what you and your conspiracy buddies are planning.
Do you? How clever.
A new biochip. A software upgrade that limits what augmentations can do. You're creating a kill switch. You kidnapped Megan Reed's team to do it, and you're seizing control of the market to ensure it gets distributed. All because you're afraid of people like me. Augmented people, with the power to resist you.
No one's afraid of you, Mr. Jensen. All your blundering around and childish interference hasn't stopped a thing. Tell me, have you been to a limb clinic lately?
Let me guess. That was supposed to shut me down, right? Leave me broken and begging.
The Augs are recalled. You should be offline.
Şimdi de yine şey yapacağım mı?
Women never fail to underestimate men.
You should have stayed dead, Jensen.
Şimdi o fight'ımız başlar. Hadi bakalım gel. Yolan kazansın.
Behind you, Jensen. That business in Detroit with Barrett. It should have ended there. Will you lose your nerve, Jensen, now that the end is near? This is as far as you go. Only one of us. I'm right over here. Come get me. You took losing Yelena, but you had so stubborn. Chased long ago. How can a man be so confused, so lost? Should have died the first time. Do you realize how hopeless this is? You will not leave here. You're a fool! There's nothing here. Look at you, jumping the shadows like a scared child. But even I have orders to follow, and you are off limits. I thought you would be more formidable than this. Like a blind man, you'll stop. Tracked me all the way here. Finding me now should be simple. I knew you would show up here eventually. So predictable. Behind you, Jensen. Now that the end is near. chased long ago.
Devam mı? Güzel.
Finish it.
Not until you tell me where Megan is.
You've lost her, Jensen. Men like us, we never get back the things we love.
Plazma tüpü. Alırım. Neyle değiştireyim? Pompalayla mı değiştirsin? Şunlarla değiştiririm. Silah mermisi, mermi olayı nasıl? Mermisi. Allah. Tayfun mermileri işte tabi bunları mesela kullanamıyorum ben. Bu silah ne acaba? Bunları atsam mı? At ya. Kullanamıyorum ki. Hiçbir işime yaramıyor.
Jaren, is that you?
Not exactly.
Adam? Oh my god, Adam! It's you! You're hurt. What happened?
What happened to you? I risked my life for you, Megan. I came halfway around the world, and for what?
It's not what you think.
Are you part of this?
No! No, Adam, I swear it! The kidnapping was real. The attack on Seraph Industries, they came after me. They wanted my research.
And when did you decide that it happened?
It didn't happen like that. I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't. I couldn't.
And then David said we had to use it. We owed it to mankind.
David? What are you talking about?
My great discovery. The genetic framework I found that makes it easier for living tissue to bond with implants. I found it. In you, Adam. I used your DNA. I wanted to tell you, I swear. But David convinced me what it could mean for mankind. How much better off we could all be. It took Hugh to make me see how wrong I was.
Hugh? Hugh Darrow.
He owns this facility. After Namir brought us here...
Richard! Patch me into Seraph, now!
Adam, please! He was only pretending to work with Tai Young and the others. He found out what they were planning to do and told them he would help. But only to make sure they never succeeded. Their control signal won't work.
Thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sarif here has asked me to show the world how human enhancement technology can change it. After careful deliberation, I've decided I must do exactly that. Forgive me.
Oh God. He's modified the control signal. Anyone with the new biochip will be affected. Hugh never said anything about this.
I'm going back for the scientists.
No, Adam! I know the complex better than you. I'll find them. There's a hangar bay through there. Get to its control room and retract the roof. Clear a path for us.
Aynı falan çıkardı. Şurada çıkmadı galiba. Ne bileyim yani o tarz konuşmalar böyle oluyor da.
Adam, I'm getting my team out of here. You have to go to Panchaea and stop Hugh.
You and I aren't done with this, Megan.
I know how it looks, but you have to stop the broadcast. I think it's causing the new biochips to overstimulate the vagus nerve, creating terrifying hallucinations.
You mean it's driving augmented people insane?
Yes, and it's up to you to stop it. Use the Leo shuttle. It will take you to Panchaea. Good luck, Adam.
No. I'm not killing. I'm not listening.
Kaydımızı alalım.
Get in my head.
Normal bir şey olmuş bak. Elimde silah yok. Sıkayım bakayım ne olacak.
I'm not killing. I'm not listening to you. No. What?
Nasıl giremiyorum.
I won't. Stop running!
Automated systems online. Darrow sequence 1, code 1, 1A, preset and ready to engage. Suborbital trajectory plotted. Destination, Panchaea. Begin countdown, Mr. Darrow.
Ne? Evet.
Begin countdown.
Code 000. Confirm 0. Countdown commencing.
Jensen, can you read me?
Barely. I've reached Panchea, Pritchard. Any word from Sarah for the UN delegates?
Nothing. The installation went into lockdown shortly after Darrow gave his speech. I can't tell if anyone's even alive. And the signal's still broadcasting.
Meaning no one's safe till I get in there and shut it down.
You'll have to disengage the lockdown first. Look for a master control panel at the top of the tower.
Pritchard, Panchea's broadcast center is at the base of the station near the bottom of the ocean. Is that right?
But the lockdown caused all the blast doors to seal. You won't be able to go down until you override them manually.
From up in the tower. I got it.
Daha büyük bir oyunumuz bu.
And then oatmeal.
Alırım.
We will get him out. I don't want it like that. Okay, I hear it. Look, we're gonna go around. We're gonna go around the others. I know. I need a plan. When we go in, and I'm gonna take him from the outside, and then we'll be able to get him out. I don't want it like that. Okay. You shouldn't.
Access denied.
I don't think you want to do that, Mr. Jensen. Disengage lockdown, and whatever demons this station contains are likely to come crashing out on us.
Afraid to die, Darrow? Or just unwilling to face what you've done?
Oh, I know what I've done, believe me. I take no pleasure in it.
And yet you still did it.
I did what had to be done. 20 years ago, I gave the world augmentation technology. I thought I was giving it a bright future, but instead I gave it the means to destroy itself. No law, no UN regulation was going to fix that.
People are dying out there. Hundreds of thousands of people driven to the brink of insanity because of you.
I had to convince the world. Before today, people believed we should steal fire from the gods and redesign human nature. Human nature is the only thing we have that gives us a moral compass and the social skills we need to live in peace. Destroy it, and you destroy our very species.
Don't paint yourself a savior in this. What you're doing is insane.
Is it? When this is done, the Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you as they had planned, from the inside out. No one will be able to use the technology I invented to make others into beings they desire. Something we both know has happened already.
You think you're Frankenstein? Killing his own monster?
Actually, Mr. Jensen, I prefer to think of myself as Daedalus, watching helplessly as his child crashes into the sea.
I'm ending this. Now.
You can't. The signal is being generated from the broadcast center at the base of this facility. Panchea's security system has been programmed to protect it, and will kill you before you even get close.
You designed that system, Darrow. You can tell me how to shut it down.
But I won't. You think what I'm doing is extreme. You simply don't understand. For humanity to survive beyond this century, it must abandon ill-conceived notions about transcendence and embrace change. But for that to happen, the hard lesson must be learned. Blood must be shed.
You think humanity needs to be punished? Is that it? Pain is the only thing people understand? By the time this is over, there will be no humanity left to embrace your change. The stress and horror you forced us to live through will have ripped it out of us.
I knew there would be casualties, but I thought, over time, surely the human spirit can recover. Even as I listen to your words, I realize a cruel truth. No one else has the vision to see what I've seen, the will to do what I have done. You're all too weak, judging but never acting. None of you have the moral courage to see this through to its conclusion. Well, so be it.
You've convinced yourself you're right, but whatever moral high ground you're standing on is nothing but a stack of innocent victims. You're trying to justify genocide. All your talk about ethics and ideals doesn't mean a damn compared to that.
You think my methods are inhuman, Mr. Jensen? Don't you see? I created people like you. I made it possible for you to happen. If fate had dealt me a different hand, then perhaps neither of us would be here. Isn't it obvious how fate is now conspiring to overtake us both, to grind us beneath her wheels? We must see this through, lest people like you continue to evolve and destabilize society.
like me? People like me? You're not interested in saving humanity, Darrow, no matter how loud you shout it. This is about jealousy, pure and simple. Everything you're doing today is in service to your wounded ego. Because you can't stand anyone leaving you behind.
I never said that! Mr. Jensen, please! You think you have the measure of me, don't you? That I'm some common criminal you can bully into submission. Go on then. Beat the codes out of me. Lash out and prove me right about you and what augmentations have done to you.
Darrow, you created something incredible, but you couldn't let go. Is hatred really the only thing you have left? Look at what you've done up there. Open your eyes and look!
No, this isn't what I wanted. I saw the future, the danger to us all. Could my motives really be so tainted? I will give you what you want, Mr. Jensen. Codes to shut down Panchaea's security system. But you'll still be in danger. Much of the system is self-determining and lethal. When you see it, maybe then you'll understand. The technology I created will not be the future any one of us desires. Please, help the world understand that.
Richard, the lockdown's disengaged. I'm heading back to the hangar to see if those blast doors are open. Have you been able to raise anyone?
I'm picking up several glimmers, but there's too much interference. I think you're on your own, Jensen.
Careful there, Francis. You almost sound like you regret that.
Kayıtta burada alalım.
Access denied.
Yavaş ya. Isfor ver mi? için mi geldim buraya? O önceden mesela mermilerini vermez dediğim silahları alsaydım o zaman mermilerini veriyor muymuş? Tamam.
What's there? Don't!
Not real!
Get up! Get up!
Wait, what?
Get away from me! Get away! You're the boss! It's your fault!
I got it! I got it!
They ruined me!
This is William Taggart. If anyone out there is listening, I'm begging you, help. We barricaded ourselves inside the core server room. Many of us are wounded. Please, save us. Please, save us.
Get away from me!
Enough! Stop playing around!
Don't run! It'll be They ruined me.
survivors here. We've locked ourselves in a machine room. Please! Help us! Stop running! I've got to do this! You're gonna pay! Come closer! Come! Don't be difficult!
They ruined me. The bastard.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Water pressure nominal at 173 psi.
Who am I?
Communications web online.
I feel cold.
Drones 1 through 3 within operational parameters.
I don't remember.
Drone 4 disconnected.
Let me go.
Processing.
Oh God, please help me. I'm scared.
Core temperature stable. Processing.
Zhao, what are you doing?
Connecting to Panchea's Harun project, Mr. Jensen. The most advanced quantum computer slave to the human brain, and the closest to perfection we'll ever achieve. I'm going to use it to hack their signal and rework the message to our benefit.
Our benefit? You mean the Illuminati's?
Someone has to override the signal and be the world's savior. And let's be honest, neither of us would trust anyone else to fill that role. Computer, begin EEG sync.
So much pain.
Syncing beta waves at 40 cycles per second.
Sleep, please. Let me sleep.
Incompatible master-slave chain attack. Alert. Unable to transfer control to Alpha Pod.
The system won't recognize my chip.
Neural systems offline. Rerouting control of the EEG.
I can't control Iron!
Increasing glutamate levels from 32%.
Zhao, get them out of there. I have to reach the control chamber.
No! I can still control! I'm in control!
Stop the signal!
Security alert.
Through the primary control hatch.
Oh, shit.
To alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
No! Protect Mother! Stay away! Stay away! Bad man is here. Why does he want to kill us?
Kill the Deus. Contaminate Pod 3.
See, you have had better served keeping your head down.
Pod 1. Safety purge.
Father and Mother, just don't hurt anymore. Just no more pain. Please keep him away from us. Security measures are sufficient. Insufficient.
Diagnostic warning.
Once the weight of the gaze touches you, there is no escape.
Warning. Pod 3 safety purge in progress. Stand.
Pressure.
Error in system.
Iron is weakening.
Rerouting connection.
I'm regaining control.
Reroute complete. Diagnostic error in system. Rerouting connection. Reroute complete. Warning. Pod 1 safety purge.
Lan salın. Hareket edemedim. Kalma öyle. Dediler hareket edemedim ki.
Look at what they've done. I don't like it here.
Tertiary pods are offline. Primary security measures disabled. Power surge detected. Electrical charge of basketball rising. Preparing for discharge sequence. Warning. Electrical charge activity rising. Electric discharge sequence initialized.
It's happening! No! Wait! It's initiating emergency protocol! You don't know the resources they have at their disposal, Jensen. Despite your special genetics, you have been in over your head the whole time! Initiate dissipation protocol! There is no way to defeat the system. There is nothing you can do to stop.
Warning. Critical charge significantly unwanted. Halfway to discharge sequence.
I can't take
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the edge. It is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
Eliza? What are you doing here?
It is my job to monitor and report on the news, Adam. Before Darrow smothered everything with his signal, the whole world was tuned into this place, including me.
The broadcast. I have to stop it.
I know. Please, come closer.
Üç seçenek verecek.
Do you know where we are, Adam? We are at the fulcrum point, when society lies in the balance. Hugh Darrow hoped to tip the scales one way, by telling the world everything you already know. About the biochip, the Illuminati, everything. He believed knowing the truth would convince mankind to abandon research into human enhancement technologies forever.
It would certainly give them reason to fear it.
Indeed. Darrow's confession is ready to send. If you want, I can wideband it across all media as soon as you shut down the signal. Everything you worked so hard to uncover will be exposed. But only if you deactivate the broadcast using this control. Of course, there is another option. This passage leads to Panchaea's pressure regulation controls. Destroy them and the installation will cave in on itself, overwhelmed by the weight of the ocean pressing against it. Everyone inside the structure will die.
That's a solution?
No one will be left to tell the world what happened, Adam. Nobody will be able to spin the story.
Including me.
The choice is yours. Do you believe you have the wisdom to choose an appropriate future for mankind? Or do you trust mankind to find the answers on its own?
Neymiş seçenekler? Ama burada bana söyle ben hangisi ilgili. Darrow'un mesajını yolla. Bunlarla ilgili bir şey çıkmıyor ki. O zaman tek bir tane var. Bunlar kapalı.
If you do this, the unadulterated truth in Darrow's confession may well convince mankind to cast all science and technology aside, to ensure that future generations grow up free and whole. Are you sure this is your choice?
Yok.
Let me think about it.
Bunlara basılmıyor mu? Aa, diğerlerine basılmıyor ki.
If you do this, the world will be left with questions and may never reach a consensus. Are you sure this is your choice?
Yapıştır onu ya.
We have little time left, Adam. And might I say, it has been a pleasure.
Dünyayı kurtardık ama kendimizi feda ettik.
Do I trust mankind to save itself? That's what Eliza was asking. The truth is, I don't know. After everything I've seen, all the fighting and the chaos around me, all I really know is this. Danger brings out the best and worst in all of us. These past few months, I've faced many life-threatening situations. I could have given up many times, but my need to know the truth, to uncover the secrets that others were hiding, and to survive forced me to keep on going. Sometimes I considered the effect my actions would have on others, and found solutions that would benefit us all. Other times, I did the opposite, abusing power and resources without care, simply to benefit myself. So what does this say about me? Perhaps that I am only human, and looking for a way to survive. Of course, so were Darrow, Sarif, and Taggart. Each of them idealistic men, so caught up in achieving their view of the future, they failed to see the chaos they left behind. So now I'm leaving the future up to ordinary men and women to decide. The kind of people who time and time again have picked and chosen the future in highly practical ways. Slowing change when it's negative, speeding it up when it's good. Can they do it again? I don't know. But I do know I'm not about to let anyone in this station, myself included, stand in their way.
Bence güzel finaldi. Finali güzel yaptım. Geçelim buraya. Evet, bitti. Evet, bu seriyi de bitirdik arkadaşlar. Finali güzeldi. Onun haricinde oyunda çok böyle bayağı sıkan kısımlar vardı. Hikayeden koptuğum, aksiyonu yetersiz. Bazı yerler çok çabuk öldük. Bazı yerler silahların hasarı çok düşüktü. Vesaire vesaire. Onu yani bir an önce hemen bitirmek için şey yaptım yani, çabaladım, bitirdim de. Bilmiyorum, seriyi beğendiniz mi? Beğendiyseniz beğeni, yorum bırakır, abone olursunuz. Bir sonraki seride görüşürüz. Kendinize iyi bakın, hoşçakalın.